Alright guys, continuing the coverage of my Call to Arms Universal Battle Tournament games. This is round 2, Green Lady versus Imperial Dwarfs.
Hello there! I like to watch battle reports to get better at games. So I started making short, summarized battle reports that focus on learning points. So welcome to my channel, Newbie Dice. Do like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you enjoy my videos.
Okay, let's go down to the lists. So first up is my Green Lady list. What change I made was I wanted to try Scorched Earth, so I dropped a regiment of Naiad Heart Piercers to field the Unicorn. So this Unicorn has the stock, I think I supposed to have changed it to Lightning Bolt. I changed it to Lightning Bolt, and the Scorched Earth and Amulet of the Fireheart. Okay, so in order to field this, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 characters at this point and 3 monsters, so I had to have more unlocks. So I fielded 2 Order of the Forsaken Hordes instead, because now they're unlocking. And to do that, I have to sacrifice the Order of Redemption, which pains me because I have a painted Order of Redemption unit that I like a lot. But this double flying hammer is also providing me with a lot of power in my pincer maneuver, which you will see later in the game. So for my opponent, he's running the Imperial Dwarfs with the formation. A lot of people like the formation. So it has the Bullwalkers. I think their melee and the Ironclad Horde, all their melee got improved to 3+. And the Dwarf banner gets Elite Aura. That's not just to the formation, but all infantry. Okay, but I think it couldn't take Bane Chant. It couldn't take the loot. I think the banner can't take items. Okay, there's a Brock Lord on Brock, Berserker Lord. Alright, and then there's Faber Ironheart, which is the character version of the Defense 6 Iron Man suit guy. Steel Behemoth upgraded to Grolok's Fury, triple organ guns. I mistook these for Flame Belchers at the start. Yeah, thankfully I caught my mistake in time. I'll talk more about that later. Mastiffs, Earth Elemental, Defense 6, a bit of speed in the Brock Riders, and Rangers. So all in all, quite a bit of shooting as well. So this is how we deployed. There are 6 tokens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The scenario is Pillage, so you hold the token at the end of the game. You can't pick it up. These are objectives, not loot. Okay, and I can't remember who won the deployment role. I assume I did, because I would have chosen this side, because this center-ish token is more towards the upper side and it's inside the forest, so I can just camp inside this forest and hold this token the whole game, and he will have problems breaking through because he has very little Pathfinder. Okay, so my center is very light while I'm very heavy on both sides. Okay, heavier on the left because of the cavalry regiment. If not, it's almost similar. And the Green Lady is there to support the left, heal things on the left to keep them alive for longer. And there's more shooting here, right? The triple organ guns are deployed here. Yeah, so if we look at his deployment, this is Brock's Earth Elementals. This is the Ironclad Horde with 2 Bullwalkers on the sides. Golok's Fury's middle, slightly towards the left. And his right is very light with just Faber Ironheart and Rangers. I understand the reason he did this, because there's only 2 tokens on the right side, whereas there's 4 tokens to the middle and left. There's a big delineation for him because of this piece of rock over here. And if he didn't need to move out, right, he could use this rock to protect his flank. But the problem was being the token over here. He has to move forward to contest this token, which is great for me being on the right side, so I am able to swing in from this side. Okay, let's go. It says here he won initiative, but I can't be sure. I think he did, because if you win, you would like to go first, because his organ guns were behind the hill, so he want to move up onto the hill so that he can shoot things when I come forward. Alright, so things moved up. His Rangers probably scouted into the forest and shot from there, dealing 3 damage to my beast. This Faber Ironheart has a gun and shot over here, dealing damage to my Naiads. Okay, so I moved forwards. So one thing that I did with my beast, thankfully I'm able to do that, is that the beast can fly 20 and turn. So it's out of the ranger's front arc. So if you're defending against Beast of Nature and stuff like that, you should always check that he can't fly 20 turn and be out of your front arc. So if you could angle it a bit, it would have been better. So angle it slightly to the left, and I'm saying something like this. Of course, not so much, right? So you can guard against this area. Okay. So center, I just shuffled in the forest to get cover. The wounds got healed off with regen, and my druid has heal 2 plus 1 conjure staff. Okay, and so the let me go back to the right side. I'm not sure why I shuffled up so slowly. I think it's still within threat range to charge the rangers, and I think I calculated if the rangers were to back up 2.5, I would still be able to charge. So I'm comfortable staying here behind so that I could still get cover in case he took some shots at my Forsaken Knight. But looking at how there's already 3 wounds on the beast, he would want to deal more damage to the beast. Over the center, yep, I just shuffle into the forest. Probably took some shots and missed. Maybe I shot at the Mastiffs, but because I moved into the forest to take the shot, I'm suffering from cover. This one probably lightning bolted the organ gun on the hill, because it's on the hill, height 3 calf, so cover as well. Okay, so the left side, as I was taking my bottom of 1 turn, all the way until deployment, I still thought these were flame belchers. And then I asked with him, is the threat range 14? Because flame belchers got buffed in Clash 22 to be 14 inches. And then he said, no, it's 24. Then I was like, oh, it's the organ guns. So I moved everything up behind the hill for cover. So even this cavalry, more than 50% of the base is off the hill. And of course, the leader point is on the hill so you could see. And if you see more than 50% is on the hill, more than 50% of the frontage is on the hill footprint. That means if it's not counted as on the hill, more than 50% of the frontage is protected by the hill. So same thing, Beast and Forsaken all moved up behind the hill for cover against the organ guns. And then Green Lady probably healed off all the wounds over here. Okay, so let's see what he does next. Let's start with the left side. So these 2 units moved up to form this L-shaped sort of a trap. Okay, so if I charge one, I'll get flanked by the other. Okay, so that's the whole point of it. And he laid it up this way so that I couldn't double charge because my Forsaken Knight's frontage is 150 wider than the Brock Riders. Okay, so if I were to charge the Forsaken Knight in, then my beast couldn't charge in because the beast is on the left. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to double charge the Brocks because double charge the Brocks would probably kill it. Double charge the Earth Elementals probably won't. Okay, so 3 organ guns and Golok's Fury probably unloaded into tonight, plus Mastiff, throwing Mastiffs from the Mastiff hunting pack, threw in, dealt 13 wounds in total, and wavered it. Okay, so that's, I'm not sure what's the math, what's the probability, because these are hitting on 6s, while this most of them are in cover except for the Mastiffs. Another Mastiff pack launched from here into the Naiads, that's a lot of wounds. And then the things on the left, on the right rather, the Rangers backed up so that the beast is in the front arc, took some shots, but because it moved in the forest cover, Faber moving into the forest to shoot cover, right? Yep, so cover at this point. Let's see what happens on my turn. So let's start on the right side. I double charged into the Rangers to kill it, and then I turned to face Faber Ironheart. So that also blocks him from charging the Beast of Nature. Maybe he could shoot, but then I charged my Unicorn in. So that dealt him wounds. He can't shoot at the Beast. I'm very wary of the Beast's wounds right now because 7 or 8 it starts to be in waiver territory, right? So next, my Earth Elementals also moved up. So why I did so? Because most likely he would want to charge at the Forsaken Knights, and even if he charged at the Unicorn in return, he would cop a flank from the Forsaken Knights. So he would probably charge into the Forsaken Knights, and then my Earth Elementals is within 10 inch to flank. Because this guy is defense 6, a little bit hard to crack. After he charged my Forsaken, the Thunderous is gone, so I need some help cracking it. Although my Beast can help to double charge, some help from the flank would be really grateful. And of course, this has Brutal as well. Okay, the center is just continuing to chill, regen and healing. Took out another few wounds from 5 down to 2. Shot at the Mastiffs over here, and because he's extended his second Mastiff up to throw the dogs, right, it's in flank charge from the Pegasus, so I took the flank charge. I thought I had a good chance to route it, right? Flank charge from flank, and if it dies to this infantry, it's fine, right? But I got a good chance to route it. I did not send the Unicorn in because I didn't want to be charged by the MacLeod. I think it has duelist, so it would just one round my Unicorn. I think it stayed back to shoot at the organ gun that it shot at the previous turn, but I think failed to do any wounds. Okay, my Knights passed their headstrong roll, and so they charged the central organ gun. Why charge the central organ gun? Because at the same time when I did so, it blocks the organ gun's line of sight to anything else other than the Knights. So which is a win for me. They're already heavily wounded. They're gonna die to a breeze anyway. So over on the left, I charged both units separately. So Beast went here and Brox went, rather Forsaken went into the Brox. Because a single charge from my hammer, there's a higher likelihood to kill the Brox than the Earth Elementals. So by doing this, yep, they're protected from flank charges as well. Green Lady flew behind the Beast because I didn't, so that the Brock can't charge me, because I think I lined it up, so you can only charge the front, you can't charge the side. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Let's start from the left to the right. So these two units counter charge, dealt some wounds, no biggie, right? Because I have Green Lady. So I think the turn it flew in previous round, it also did Cloak of Death, so I started to chip in some wounds. MacLeod can't charge the Beast of Nature, because if you rewind, the Brock is on the right and the Earth Elementals is on the left. So it couldn't double charge because the Earth Elementals would have to slide left and it wouldn't be able to make space for the MacLeod, so the MacLeod just shuffled around. The Knights got killed by probably this flank charge from the Bullwalkers. This the middle, he needs to start pressuring, right? So he starts to move up, and dwarves being dwarves, they're quite slow. The Mastiffs charged into the Earth Elementals, but I think the dwarves were just within 8 inches of this Earth Elemental. So after it kills the Mastiff, it could just back out of charge range. So one Bullwalker's turn to face the threat on the left, one Bullwalker's turn to face the threat on the right. Okay, some more shooting being done, but I think Golok's Fury, I'm not sure, it shoots on 5s or 6s in cover, so didn't do much over here. And on the right side, the Faber expectedly charged into the Forsaken Knights, and so you'll be within flank charge range of the Earth Elementals. So on my turn, double charge from the Forsaken and the the Forsaken Knights and the Beast, and then Earth Elementals in the flank means it's dead. Okay, Unicorn move forward, probably lightning bolted these Bullwalkers. I figured might as well start to whittle it down. Okay, and notice there's 2 tokens here, right? So what is most likely gonna happen is I am going to hold these 2 tokens with these 2 smaller units, the Beast and the Earth Elementals. The Earth Elementals are here, so it's gonna have a hard time going all the way back. So the Beast is probably gonna fly back. Okay, while the Forsaken is gonna fly off and aid the center. Okay, over on the center, I just killed off the Mastiffs and backed up, so it's out of charge range of the Ironclad. And over on the left side, my Forsaken Knights killed off the Brock unit over 2 charges, so that's expectedly. My Unicorn surprisingly charged the Brock Lord that's going to kill it in 1 round later on. I think mainly for 2 things. So one, I did not want it to flank charge the Beast of Nature. So by charging here, it's exactly aligned with the beast, so it can't go around and charge the Beast of Nature in the flank. I'm not sure if it also blocks the charge to this unit of Forsaken Knight. Yeah, so I don't mind the Unicorn dying if it means my 2 flyers get free reign, basically. 1, the beast not dying, and 2, the Forsaken not being grounded. Okay, so the beast is being healed back to full health from Green Lady, so it's not likely to die to the Earth Elementals. Okay, yeah, okay, let's see what happens next. At this point, you notice these 2 Forsaken Knights, they threaten 20 inches each. I think they are both threatening the Ironclad in the middle. So it's he's gonna eat flanks or rears from one or both of them. Okay, so he decided that this is the best play for him. He moved up, turn, so copying these 2 in the front, while this one can go into the rear. Okay, this unit hits back for 4 damage. I think there's some shooting done towards the Forsaken Knights. So here is, yeah, so some damage, and I think most of them are in cover. So that's great for me. So I cop 5 damage. I guess he is hoping to waver this one with shooting and then eat these 2 in the front. Okay, so since it did not go down, I triple charged the Ironclad. Sort of also because I want to get out of this mess over here. I feel that if I stay here, I will just eventually die, right? So you see the Bullwalkers over here trying to face off against the Forsaken. Totally gets ignored, charged over, and he couldn't charge the Forsaken back. Okay, while I still have these beasts still sort of staring down menacingly at these Bullwalkers, so it can't turn away, but at the same time I'm slowly making a play to get this token. Okay, Earth Elementals have moved up to the edge of 3 inches from this objective, so that if the Bullwalkers ever make it close over here, it couldn't contest the objective even if it charged the Earth Elemental, so I'm blocking him out of this objective. Okay, center has gone down, so let's see. So both my Forsakens are facing to the left side. Okay, at this point, I think I sort of got this in the bag because I have these 3 tokens most likely, 1, 2, and 3. For him, I don't think he will be able to get to this at all because it's so far away for dwarfs. All the things he have left that scores are pretty slow except for the Mastiffs, which is already heavily wounded. So let's see what happens over here. Let's see. The Mastiffs went for the Green Lady, surprisingly. I thought he would go for the Forsaken over here, but there are 2 hordes. Okay, while they shooting dealt more damage to the Forsaken. Okay, so I've been healing, so 5 wounds. Came over here, 3 wounds. I think the Druid healed, and then the Green Lady flew away, but Radiance of Life. Okay, so he dealt another 5 damage to it. Thankfully, no waver. Okay, the what's over here? The beast finally went down because already 4 wounds, and then a second charge, and the Brock Lord, right? So it went down. No shooting over here. Did not deal damage to Green Lady. Green Lady is defense 5, so she's not so easy to wound and kill. Okay, this Bullwalkers turn to face both the Naiads and the beast in the front. Okay, while threatening this flying unit in the rear if it stayed there. Of course it wouldn't. So what I did, the front unit ignored the Bullwalkers once again. Okay, I concede this point, but I thought, okay, this Earth Elementals is gonna get this point if I don't do anything. It's already on 11 wounds. I'm gonna charge into it. It's gonna kill. Of course I could try to charge the Brock Lord and overrun into the Earth Elementals, but I thought it was a risk because firstly I might fluff against the Brock Lord, and even if I don't, I need to roll a 2 on overrun, so there's still a 1/6 chance of failing. So I'd rather take the guaranteed one, which was to just charge the Earth Elementals immediately. Took it out. Okay, the second unit flew 10 and turn, facing this way. Okay. Yeah, flew 10 and turn facing this way. I think I turned more than I should have. So that's a bit of a mistake on my part. Yeah, okay. So over here, the Naiads moved up in a way that the Bullwalkers can't charge anything else other than the Naiads. It can't even turn to the left and walk, because I think if it turns 90 degrees, it will be within 1 inch of the Naiads. So he has no choice but to charge the Naiads, which is, I don't mind losing, and it's not in any way close to the objective anyway. Okay. So his turn. So let me rewind to talk about this. So this is on 8 wounds. It's probably gonna die to shooting or whatnot. Okay. This unit of Forsaken is purposely here so that when he double charge in, even if he kills, when we double charge in, he's not gonna get any token. Okay, so he would, if you would like to go for scenario, he want to keep this token, so he would keep the Bullwalkers, and hence he will only have Gulok's Fury to charge. And then if he does, he's gonna get flanked by one unit or the other. Okay, so that's the whole point of this positioning. Even if I went this way, it is still the same outcome. Okay. So, and then if he double charge the Earth Elementals, it's very unlikely that he'll kill. Even if he did, he needs to overrun, because once again I did this strategy to block him out of the objective. So he needs to overrun to be able to get the objective. And if he does so, you cop a flank charge from my Flying Knights. Okay, so it's a tough decision for him. Okay, and my Naiads is also set up in a way that it could move to sideways to contest this objective, because if it's only the Golok charging in, overrun to claim the objective, that's 1 unit strength. Okay, and then let's say the Walkers turn and face this way. It is still it's still lost, right? And even if he does all that, it's one VP, right, against 2 over here that I already have. So trying to secure the victory over here. So double charge the Forsaken, did not kill it. Bullwalkers went in, did not kill. So I rather just back off and heal. So go for the assured win. Okay, back off and heal. Regen plus this one heals, right? This one just holds the token. So bottom of 6, things going very well in my favor. Even if there's a turn 7, don't think he can do anything about it. Okay, so the Earth Elementals, the units are all in the flank. So, and then it couldn't charge the flank. Okay, the Fury couldn't fit over here. This one surely can't go in. So as I'm just putting in the position that my Earth Elementals can never be charged, so then he cannot take this token. Okay, so no turn 7, so game is over for me. It's 3-0. So some learning points. So as a fast army, I like to do the pincer strategy, keep my center as light as possible, load my 2 sides. Usually I just need one side to win the battle. So in this case, my right side won. My left side sort of didn't win, but my Forsaken gets to fly around. My left Forsaken Horde gets to fly around and wreak havoc, so which is still a win in my opinion. So cover against shooting, it's all or nothing. So earlier on, I protected all these hammers against the organ guns. Even if the center units, the Earth Elementals, are all in the forest, so everything gets cover. So what I mean by all or nothing is, in order to get cover, right, I limited my movement, right? I didn't move as much as I did because I want to be behind the hill. If there was one juicy target that's not in cover, right, I could protect everything well, but maybe this cavalry was not in cover. Okay, so there's no point that I screen this too, because all the organ guns would shoot at this unit anyway. Okay, then I just wasted moving these units up safely because he had something juicy to shoot at anyway. So some people make the mistake, oh yeah, 9 out of my 10 units are in cover. Well, guess what? The person is gonna shoot the one that's not in cover, and all your things are in cover. They are pretty far away because they moved up cautiously behind terrain. So take note of this. Of course, this is just a generalization. So some situations are different, but generally you want all of them to be covered, or if not, you just move all of them up aggressively. Let him shoot down one unit, and then everything else comes crashing in. Okay, nimble, fast, nimble, and especially flying units, we can bait and switch. So a lot of times I'm threatening the bullwalkers, and then I just ignore the bullwalkers flying over it and charge something else. And then the bullwalkers were just turning round and round in circles. It didn't do much this game because I would not be able to kill it easily at all, right? So I might as well ignore it if I can. So which is what I just said. So lastly, so blocking units away from objectives. So I did that with my Earth Elemental Regiment on the far right. Okay, even if the Bullwalkers were ever to charge the Earth Elementals, they will not be able to contest the objectives. And similarly, in my final, close to final turn play, I did this maneuver, especially with these Earth Elementals, blocking them out of front charge, and while threatening flanks if he did if he was able to overrun onto the objective. So overall, I managed to box them away from objective. So even if he charged, and if he has to overrun on the objective, there are consequences as well. Right, so he decided to charge this in the end. Alright, so that is my round 2 game. If you do like my way of analyzing battles and learn something from this, do give this video a like, and of course subscribe and turn off notifications to be notified of my future videos. With that, I'll see you in my round 3 video, which is going to be a very interesting battle, so please keep a lookout for that one. Cheers!